Hey everybody, welcome back. Today is Wednesday, last day of September, so September 30th, 2020. So today is my last extra for those of you that have been looking for some extra tutorials. So this is my way of giving back. But it's also the last day to join up for the, I wrote it down exactly how I want to say it, yes. Last day to join the private group for 2020. Other than that, the only way you're going to be able to get in is the year membership up front, or if you're a current member and you're just renewing a subscription that's expired, you can continue as long as you stay current. So today is the last and final day to join. So if you're interested, just go to my website at KatsCreationsNMore.com, and remember, you get materials lists, you get discounts from all of our vendors like Jane's Front Door Decor, Three Birds Nest, Crinkle Designs, Shore Life Creations, and more. Also, for those of you that are thinking about starting a craft show, there's also a discount in there for people who are going to be incorporating a wireless point of sale through a Square. So you get your first $1,000 worth of sales fee free by using my sign-up code. So it's like you get to keep all your money, at least the first $1,000. So many things for you to do in joining up. So if you're interested, go to my website, scroll all the way to the bottom, and at the very bottom you'll see two different things. It's like a picture with our logo that starts to describe the private group, and then there's a little sidebar below that says join Kats private group on Facebook. You want to click the little see more link, because inside that link is the link that, number one, you can sign up for your monthly payment, but it also describes a list of all the benefits I don't have time to go through tonight, and then go and sign up to be in the private group. So you got to do both, and then I can approve you. So tonight, we're making a country Christmas wreath. So this I kind of gave you a little bit of a sneak peek to yesterday. We're kind of using, this is just what's left, this is a 10.5 inch fabric mesh that just came out, and I got this from Craft Outlet. So it's the tan, the moss, and the burgundy. We're going to be using that with the Country Christmas sign, and we're going to do something different. We're going to double bow it. And then we're going to add a lot of fun country elements like metal jingle bells, pip berries, pine cones, and more. And I think we're good. So yeah, I'll give you his cookies so he could stay on that side of the counter. Thanks, Steve. Go to the other side. He's coming. Okay. So first of all, we're gonna show you how to wire up your 14-inch Dollar Tree frame, and then as we're adding different elements to the wreaths, I'll break down measurements, where it is or where I got it, so that you guys can start building a list. So housekeeping, if you want to get notified when I go live, make sure, because you're on the page now, that you have liked and followed. That's how you get the notifications. It has to be both. Also, if you like this design and you're going to order your mesh and you want to be able to remember what and how we put it together, share the video on your page. It's easier to find it when you want to replicate the design. YouTube people, this is a replay. It's not a live on YouTube from an earlier Facebook Live. I get those questions all the time, like they talk to me like it's live, but it's not. So if you want to join the live, go to my Facebook page at KatsCreationsNMore, and then you can participate in the lives. But a list of all the vendors whose supplies we're using tonight will be found in the description box. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, which is the little bell in the upper right-hand corner. And then if you're new, let us know. If you're new and where you're from, a lot of times making connections here on the Facebook Live is how you find you have a neighbor who is not that far from you. So, anybody joining us, babe? As you speak to get
we do. We have a lot. Yeah, Kathy Knockberg, Deb, Cheryl, Nancy, Gail, Elaine, Maria, Kim, Julie, Susie, Angie, Nancy, Elizabeth, Paige, Sharon, Betty, and many, many more. Welcome, gals.
Thank you for coming and joining tonight. So, I hope you're excited because I can't wait to see. You kind of have a vision, but it never really materializes until you put it all together. So this is a new color mesh that we'll be using. So this just came out this year, but on a 14-inch dollar tree wreath frame, you have 6 sections and 4 rings. So in each section, you're gonna wire it exactly the same for this design. You're gonna take your pipe cleaner, you're gonna use your weld marks as your middle points, and then you're gonna try to put that pipe cleaner as close to middle as possible. It doesn't have to be exact, just somewhere that it's middle in between those. And then using this and the weld mark, you're going to take your pipe cleaner and you're gonna wire the outer 2, kind of using those points to help you decide what is middle. It basically puts your pipe cleaners about 2 to 3 inches apart. And then this way it leaves you with 6 on the inside and 12 on the outside. And then we're ready to go. Do you guys have any questions about the form before we move on?
Nope.
Good, okay. So, super excited to use this mesh. Because this is a natural fiber, meaning it has jute fibers running through this, you cannot use your wood burning tool to cut it, so you have to rotary cut it. So a good way to retain keeping it from fraying too much, you could, once you build the entire design, spray the entire thing with E6000 adhesive spray. It's an adhesive glue that helps the fibers not fray as much. It doesn't prevent them from fraying altogether. You can still, if you take it and you find a loose one and pull it, it'll still pull out, but it helps to kind of keep it in place. So we're gonna ruffle these, and these are 20-inch pieces. So using that measurement will take you through an entire roll of Deco mesh, and you'll wind up with no leftovers, except that, which is just a little bit of a leftover.
Oh, Sharon said my vision for a wreath I was working on yesterday did not work out. Sad face.
I'll have to message you.
Yeah, PM her.
Yeah, so finished edges go to the center and to the outside. Why? Because that's where a customer's going to touch it the most. So those frays, we want to confine them, and that's why stacking them side by side, finished edges to the outside, you'll have less fraying if you choose not to use the adhesive spray. And the adhesive spray does not make it stiff. I did an experiment on it and I was very well pleased at how it didn't leave it feeling stiff like you would think a glue would. And you can find those at Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, and probably Amazon. So it's good to have in your arsenal of wreath making tools because you just never know. It's really great to use on the poly mesh, the rubbery kind that, as you guys know, frays like crazy.
Pamela, yes, this is fabric mesh.
2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to do the same thing we did yesterday, which is I'm going to take off my inside 6 as I'm doing them. And wow, look, it says fabric mesh. So I showed you guys this yesterday that yes, there is fabric mesh. Yes. So, and it's the same as the jute mesh.
This you got from Hobby Lobby, or from Craft Outlet, right?
Yeah.
So this is from Craft Outlet, gals.
Yes. So, super excited to use this. So this will be in quite a few designs this Christmas.
And she's doing a ruffle design cut to 20 inches.
Because that gets you through the whole roll with no leftovers, which is the perfect way to do a wreath design. Ruffles, you're going to end up needing 2. Trying to think what else. What other method? Curls, you probably need 2. Ruffles is probably the only one, cutting them to 20-inch pieces. And this is a really good quality fabric mesh, so we're not going to have to like overly double it, even though it's kind of transparent. I'm just trying to get my pipe cleaners. of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I always put like a little 5 twist on them to finish them off. This way I know there's no way they can come undone.
Sharon, that's interesting. She said regarding fraying, someone on Facebook pages uses a food sealer machine. We've seen that before to cut her mesh. She says she gets no fraying even on the Dollar Tree mesh. While that might be true, we've seen videos before, and it takes them 3, 4, maybe even 5 times to actually cut one piece of mesh. When we use our wood burning tool, it also seals the edges, and it's one cut.
Here's the thing, right? For wreath makers, it's all about storage. So for us, that, what do they call it, a heat press or heat sealing tool, it's huge. It's like the Easy Bow Maker with a little bit added on. I don't have room for that in my craft room. So I need something that's small and portable, that takes up very little space, and that's not going to do it for me. So I want something that, like Steve says, it's quick, it's easy, it stores well. So either one work, believe it or not. But you would not be able to use it on this type of mesh because it would burn.
Yep. The material for this will be in Kat's private group.
Yep, the materials list.
Yep.
It usually takes me a day to get it in. I usually can't do it same day. It's usually the very next day. It's on my to-do list for my mornings to make sure that I go in and add the materials list for this. You guys have gotten a lot of tutorials this week.
Yeah.
I think we did we do one Saturday? I'm trying to think. Maybe. I don't know.
We did one Saturday, we didn't do it Sunday because of the power.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. What do you guys think of the way the colors are coming out so far? Do you like this color? This is the color tone you want to set for a country wreath, at least Country Christmas. You want more of a burgundy and a sage or a moss green instead of like the white, the red, and the emerald green that is normally like traditional Christmas. So I'm liking it. And sadly, I didn't even get a chance to put this up on my Facebook page yet, or Etsy shop. Came in short. Had too much to do today. One, two. Always good to put 2 twists on them. Because sometimes you don't go, even though you think you twist it all the way.
Julie said, love that new mesh.
Isn't this pretty? I'm trying to think, how many of this did I order? They had a couple new colors come out. I know they had a black and gold, so I'm super excited to do that, or just have it in the inventory. But you guys know I said I was going to do a lot of fabric mesh wreaths this year, just because they're soft. They're not as hard and plastic feeling, stiff. They're more soft, like you would think fabric would be.
Laura Lee asked, what colors are good for farmhouse decor? White and black, obviously.
White, black, tan,
Grays.
blues, kind of think.
Accents of reds. Yeah, like
Yeah,
burgundy.
like a burgundy. You try to stay away from the solid, and it has a tendency of going more muted tones or monochromatic, like Steve says, black, white, gray, tan, and then they add a pop of something to it.
And like rustic white, not like a clean white, like a whitewashed kind of.
What, for farmhouse?
Yeah.
You can do white.
You could, but it's
White
also
white's
rustic.
good. If I was doing a farmhouse kitchen, it'd be white and black.
White's a new color.
White's a new color, right? It's like white, not like a dull white, a flat white. It's in the designing game that we're playing. It's like extra white. And then white.
Pure white.
pure white. Yeah, it's like, aren't they all technically just white? But no, they're not. You click on them and it's not really a true white. It's like a light, it's not a beige. I don't know what you call it. They call it dust. Dust is a new color.
No, the white is the reflections, I think. Yeah.
Now that's all I think. I'm like, oh, so we're gonna use gray, like braided iron. That's just a fun game, just to play. It's just called Redecor. If you guys play games on your app, you design rooms based on a client's needs. So it's kind of helping to challenge me to think outside of the box on certain designs. Okay, trying to make sure my pipe cleaners are out. This one, a little twist. It's our inside one. And this 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 pieces left. So I think I've asked this already. How many of you are done with Halloween? Like you're done, like whatever you have is it. And then you're moving on to fall or Christmas.
Angie Clark said, I love Redecor.
Oh, you play? You should send us your game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve and I do that every night.
I don't even know if you can add friends. I don't know if you can.
It says you're supposed to, but I don't know. It says like if you're already existing friend on Facebook that you should be friends in the game, but Steve and I are friends in the real world, and we're not friends in the game.
Hi gals, just joining.
Okay. 2 more pieces. So this is your, what I would call your, if you're starting off on wreath making, using a ruffle is your starter mesh design. So if you're just starting out, you haven't done a Deco mesh wreath before, this method will be the first one you want to try because it's the easiest one.
Yeah. Before
evolving into all the others.
A lot of the gals are saying, you and Andy Clark saying, I'm working on Christmas now. Jolie says you've moved on to Christmas, so you should be moving on to Christmas.
Yeah, I think I have, like, what are we doing? Oh, Friday. Friday we're doing the Country Christmas candle wreath. I posted pictures of one I did a couple of years ago. It said who would be interested in knowing how to make these. So we're going to be doing that this Friday. It's with a battery operated candle in the center. So you basically, when you're building this wreath, you need to have the center open because you're going to add a candle to it. So, and the candles we use are battery operated, but they're what they call lifelike candles. So the base is actually made of wax, so it feels waxy, and then it has a silicone tip on it that flickers. So it looks really pretty when you put it all together.
Kat said, wish my ruffles came out that good.
I don't think I'm doing anything crazy on it. I use a tool to help hold it flat so it doesn't roll up. And then that way it just gives you like the little bow tie. And then stacking them, like working the wreath, you know, wherever you start, just going to the next pipe cleaner instead of trying to do all 6 in the middle and then do the outside. It helps it not get so like where you're trying to fluff the outside pieces from the inside one. So we've taken that step as I've been going around, and I've taken out all the inside pipe cleaners. We just have the outside 6 or 12. The inside 6 are gone. So now we're going to build 2 bows, and then we're going to add our sign and then kind of figure out placement, and then we'll go ahead and add the rest of the ribbon. But look at how gorgeous this color is, just with the they call it moss green. natural and red.
Yeah.
But that's that.
Good job, Renee. She said, I just finished my first wreath for someone. It's a Halloween wreath.
Yay!
So good job.
I'm sure they're going to love it. Okay, so we're going to use the Bodabra. I'm going to pull all these colors, and I'll tell you where they all came from. Okay, so we're doing a 2.5 inch just solid burgundy, because we need to pop some red into that, because everything else is going to be green and tan. We also have a 2.5 inch moss green and tan, craft outlet, let's see, then we're going to do probably a sage green, Hobby Lobby in the fall section right now. This is a 30-yard roll, or 30-foot roll, sorry. Then we're gonna pop the tan with the
Pine.
Thank you, pine. And then we're gonna add the burgundy with this little stitching on the outside. This is Joanne's. This is Joanne's from, hold on a sec, last year. And then we're going to finish it off with the burgundy and tan gingham. So that is going to be the layout of our bow. So I'm going to take these, stack them over there. I'm going to put the red down first because I want to see that pop against that color. Dovetail. So bring your wired edges together of your ribbon, and then you're going to start on the fold, and you're going to go to the tip of your wired side. And depending upon where you start on your ribbon determines the depth of your V. So I don't like it to be too crazy. And that just gives you that finished V, or dovetail, whatever people call it. So we're gonna start with 10 inches. And because this ribbon doesn't really have a wrong side or a pretty side, it doesn't really matter, but when you start using your bows and your Bodabra, you're just going to twist. Everything is a twist and then put it in. So here, we're going to do a twist. See, just literally a twist, put it in. And then we're going 5.5 inches with this.
Renee said it's for my niece, but I'm still nervous. I will be shipping it the way Kat taught us, so thank you for all of your help.
I do need to do an updated shipping one. Maybe I'll do a shipping one tomorrow. Just a shipping video. That's short and sweet. Teach you how to ship, or how I ship. There's a lot of different ways to do that. And right at 10 inches, and we'll dovetail this end. We'll keep the red out because we have to make a second bow. So I'll just move them to the side, making sure I don't lose my pins. And then we'll do our sage and tan, and this will be at 9.5 inches for the tail and 5 inches for the loop. This one still doesn't have a right side or wrong side, so we're just going to twist, measure 5, bring it in until we're right at 5, and then measure another 5, and then our 10. And bow making is just going to be something that you're just going to work on as a wreath maker. I've looked at my beginning wreaths that are now starting to pop up from when I started. That's been fun this whole month, looking at them going, God, that was a sad bow. But at the time, I thought it was amazing. Because it was my first time using wired ribbon. I didn't even have a Bodabra. Isn't that sad? I just did them all by hand.
Amber said, yes, please. I would love to know how to ship and package wreaths. So.
Okay, perfect. We can do that. All right, let's break these up. Here's that. This is a change. Usually, there's always a folded end at the very beginning. This one didn't have a folded. That's good, because then you get the full length. You're not missing an inch or two. This is going to go to 9 inches with a 4.5 inch loop. And when you get really good, and you can whip bows out in a heartbeat.
And she said, thanks for showing us how to turn the ribbons in yesterday's video as well.
Oh, you're welcome. So if you guys didn't get a chance to see that, we really took our time and broke down how to deal with words on a ribbon so that you don't have to cut into your ribbon or splice anything together.
And the words are going the same way.
And keep all the words, yeah, or the design all going in the same direction. So super easy. We did it a couple times. So if you've wanted to know, what did we make yesterday? Caitlin's wreath, the pumpkin wreath. So look up welcome fall pumpkin wreath. It was yesterday's video. So we had to make sure the truck stayed the right way. So we didn't have upside down trucks. And then this one is going to be 8.5 inches for the tail, and the loops for the ribbon are exactly the same at 4.5. So once you've measured the green, the one below it, you just have to put your fingers in both and pull. That way you don't have to redo it again. Then this pretty burgundy with a stitch. I think if I remember this one, it's kind of, the tensile strength on the wire isn't really thick, but it's still pretty.
Carol, note that was yesterday's video. It was in the public group. There was a part 1 and a part 2. If you want to
see it in its full form.
Yeah, if you want to see it in its full form, I was able to join it together on YouTube, and it just says welcome fall pumpkin tutorial.
Yeah, wreath tutorial. So this one is 8 inches, and see what I'm saying? It's wired, but it's very little tensile strength. So it means that the ribbon does not have a lot of wire in it to keep it upright. But we're going to do 4-inch loops. And then we'll just double check everything. And then an 8-inch tail. There we go. And then I'll do our burgundy gingham. Keep trying to keep my pins from rolling off my mat. So this one and the pine branch one came from Joann's, and then this gingham came from Craft Outlet. So this is their burgundy and tan, and it's going to be a 7.5-inch tail with a 3.5-inch loop. And just when I do my bow designs, I like to put something pretty on top, so it's the first thing you see when you look at your bow. So I always try to do something with a pattern instead of just a solid. And then we'll pipe cleaner this. Okay, so let's go ahead and put a pipe cleaner around this, and then we'll make our other one, and then we'll fluff them both. So, picking up your stack, you want to hold it both hands on your ribbon so it all doesn't fall away, and then just kind of maneuver it down to where your ribbon is between your two middle fingers, and then just take your pipe cleaner and push it right to the center, and then you're just going to twist your stack. 3, 4, 5, and I'll set that one aside. And then we'll just go through this one really quick. Since now you guys know all the measurements, Do you guys have any questions on the bow itself?
Nicole asked, do you have a video on just how to do your bows?
Yeah, there's like 4 of them.
Are they mainly in the private group though, right?
They're mainly in the public group.
In the public group?
Yeah, I have 2 in the private group. Yeah, I think like every year we get asked to do 2
At
bow
least a
making
couple.
videos.
Yeah.
So we do. And I think we'll probably end up doing a couple. We'll probably do 1 for sure this year. Something a little bit different than kind of what we have done in the past. Just new bows. A new bow. But yes, if you just go to my YouTube channel, which is KatsCreationsNMore, and you can click on the video. You can either search by bow video or bow making video, or just look at whatever videos we've done, and then you're good. Okay. Let's whip this one through. How many of you like country like Christmas versus traditional Christmas? So I'm giving you time. There we go. Quiet.
Yeah, for the most part. Tony said I like traditional.
Okay. And you'll notice you'll always have more people who like traditional.
Kay said I love both. Connie said country, which is
What we're doing.
yeah, what we're doing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Marie said I'm more traditional. Nicole said love country Christmas. Sharon said country.
Okay. So do you guys pick, like every year, do you do the exact same decorations on your Christmas tree, or, you know, decorating your mantle, or do you like to change it up every year?
Yeah. Patty said country for sure. Tony says, but I do like your selections of ribbons tonight.
Isn't this pretty?
And then Sherry, that's a good statement. She said, you seem to produce amazing wreaths with a minimal amount of tools. You don't need that much.
I have all the high-end tools, but what I noticed is most people that are starting off, like I did, don't have it. So I try to keep things like, what would you do if you didn't have this? You know, I have a pick machine. So like when I'm doing designs by myself, I can do that, but then teaching people, I mean, who has $250 for a pick machine? I mean, you can try to find them on a good deal, but you know, like even when I made my Wreath Maker's Toolkit, I went back and remembered how I started.
Basics.
So yeah, I had the Bow Dabra. I didn't have the Pro Bow because the Bow Dabra was $15.99, and then I got 40% off at Hobby Lobby. So that made it really affordable.
Got the cutting mat, the fabric cutter.
Yeah, I had the cutting mat because I was a quilt. Steve and I quilted for a long time, and the rotary cutter. So I was just like you guys, you know, buying all my supplies at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, even my scissors that I used to cut my ribbon, Dollar Tree Betty Crocker scissors. I got this tip from Nick at Nick's Seasonal Decor, because nobody wants to take their really nice whiskers and use them to cut wired ribbon, because you're just going to dull them. So save those for things like, you know, cutting ribbon that maybe doesn't have wire in it, or for your fabric, like if you're doing a rag wreath or a rag bow. That's what you can save that for.
Wow, that's good. Tony said I change colors of my ornaments and decorations from time to time. Colleen said I also change every few years.
Okay.
Marie said 1 year I do blue and white snowman, and my other tree is red, white, and green, lights
So you
with
have
Santa.
2 trees.
Yeah. And then Carol said no, every year it's a different color scheme. Then we wear that color also.
Ooh.
This year is going to be rose gold with blue.
Okay.
Wow, Carol.
I need to see photos
Get
of
into
that.
it.
Right? Yeah. I have tried to do that with our family. Like, I always thought that would be such a cool tradition now that our kids are all grown. They're all moved out, but they all come home for Christmas. And I always thought it'd be so much fun to do the whole family Christmas photo in your pajamas, but everyone has the matching, not like ugly Christmas sweater, but almost like just matching Christmas pajamas. So I just thought that'd be fun. My kids swear they won't wear them if we start that tradition. They're like, I'm not wearing those.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, you could just for Christmas morning.
Oh, Tony, that's nice. She said last year we did sapphire blue and silver for our 65th anniversary.
That's really
That's
pretty.
Awesome. Shirley said you are always so generous with your explanations and tips, and making beautiful wreaths look so easy.
Just practice, practice, practice.
Yeah.
Because I swear, like I said, because I started, I think it was like September 17th of 2017 is when I started my first Facebook business post. And so you see those filter through, like, I think 3 years ago today, I was like, I did a frozen evergreen wreath with like, what is it, like snowflake ribbon. It was all blues and silvers. And then I'm like, okay, it wasn't so bad, but when you look at the bow, you're like, ugh. What was I thinking? I was not a pro bow maker then.
Yeah. Kay said we raised boys and have never decorated fancy, plus we live out in the country.
Ooh, but that must
But
be...
you could decorate a country, yeah.
I would decorate country.
And Colleen said I plan to decorate some ornaments with my cricket this year, adding to my current tree decorations. Gail's good at the cricket.
Yes.
And then Gail said the whole matchy-matchy PJ thing was squashed when I brought it up. LOL.
You only have 3 people, but I think you should still do them anyway and make them wear them.
Yeah.
And add that to your scrap picking stuff.
Marie said I really like the wreath in the background. Looks really pretty.
Yeah, when did we do that? That was this year. It was in the summer, I thought.
That one's available on our Etsy page.
Trying to think. I think that was... Ooh, I'm trying to think of who did the sign. I want to say Jane's Front Door Decor. That was like a new sign that came out, and I was like, I gotta have that sign. Because I already have the design in my head of what I wanted. And Red Truck always does really well at Christmas.
Yeah, last few years it has really done well.
And it's still going strong.
And the blue truck, and the green truck.
Green truck for fall. Haven't seen blue truck yet. 3, 4. So we're done. We're ready to fluff. Okay. So, if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that I use an 18 by 24 inch cutting board. And as someone mentioned yesterday, if you go to Home Depot or Lowe's, they sell a 24 by 24 inch piece of wood already cut, inch thick. You can just go pick it up and buy it. I want to say it's like less than $5 for the wood. And then imagine you can embellish it with ruler measurements. You can put your name on it. Just all kinds of different things. You can stain it. You can lacquer it. Let me turn this around. So you just put a C-hook in the middle, and then we're just going to catch that pipe cleaner, and it just kind of, Steve will zoom in.
Yep.
So we just catch it here, and then it holds it, so it won't move until I push it back down and get it off. So now we can separate all of our ribbons. So you're going to do a loop and a tail, and then go to the other side and pull a tail and then your loop. So what you're doing is you're creating X's with loops, and tails opposite each side. So then as we go over here, because we did a loop here, we're gonna go loop here. You see it. So we're back. So welcome back. I know it's gonna take a while for everyone to come back. I just waited. So we were unstacking our ribbons to finish our bow on our wreath. So once you've separated everything, so you have tails and loops completely opposite, then you go in and you pick apart your bows so that hopefully what you're trying to achieve is that you don't have the same color next to the same loop color. So you really want to move those around to where, like here, you don't want to make sure that you have gingham with gingham. You just kind of want to move those to the side. And like here, I have the red in between those, so it breaks it up. And then just kind of move things around. And while you're doing that, it gives you an opportunity to look at your bow, because we have a sign. So we need to make sure that how we position the bow on the wreath is not going, you're not going to have tails draping over the sign so you can't read the sign. So let me show you what the bow looks like, because we're done with the bow.
Yep.
Okay. So now we're just going to pop this off, and I like this side because I kind of, on purpose, made it to where I didn't have too many tails here. Set that there. And then we'll bring our wreath over. And knowing that I've already taken off my center ones, I'm going to find my pipe cleaners. And I'm going to go ahead and position my bow on top of the wreath and get that down to the frame.
Thank you gals for joining back. Libby said beautiful. Kathy said really love the colors.
Isn't that really pretty? So I'm trying to think. I'm going to lightly twist this on because I kind of need them to be opposite corners from each other. So if I have it placed this way, then my opposite corner is down here on the bottom. And we're going to fluff our bow a couple times because we're going to be playing with it as we move it around. And I already fluffed the other bow while we were trying to log back in. Because once you've seen one, it's just plus two.
Put the sign in? Or?
Not yet. So I'm looking from where my ribbons, again, right here, where I have loops. So I'm going to position this down towards the bottom. This one's going to be a little bit further to the bottom. So it's not going to be kind of conjoined at the top. So it's probably going to take up one of my lower ones. We'll see. If we need to move it, that's why you only twist it like twice. So that what I have is kind of like, you have a bow here and then one kind of diagonal. Does that look diagonal? Like that?
A little more, but yeah. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I can't see the front. Okay.
Yeah.
So now we're going to attach the sign. So the sign came from Craft Outlet. So I'm just going to pull or cut the twine off. And we're going to attach it to the back with pipe cleaners and a staple gun. Because that way you don't have to worry about glue coming undone. So once I do the pipe cleaners with the staples, I just twist it so that even though it's taking this and pushing it down to the bottom, if you pulled hard enough, you could probably pull it out from the staples. So I just don't want to risk having it be able to be pulled out. So this one did go all the way in. There we go. So it just makes sure that it doesn't pull. And then we'll attach that into our design. And I'm just pulling all the tails down towards the bottom of the bottom bow so that we just kind of have loops at the top. We want to make sure the words are straight.
Gail said, love the color. Where can the mesh be purchased? Craft Outlet.
Craft Outlet.
Absolutely love the rustic look. Love all the ribbon as well.
Thank you. Okay, I'm trying to bypass some Deco mesh and get it down to the frame. There's one. And then we'll add this one.
Debbie said, love the bow.
Bows.
Evie said, love the colors of the bow and the mesh. Thanks, Evie.
So, let's see if we can get this one to stay. Let me make sure. You want to make sure your bow doesn't impact your sign. So, I'm going to push it a little bit more to my right as soon as I finish. So I'll attach this one. And again, it's right where I had a center pipe cleaner. So I'm just trying to
Find it.
Well, when you're picking a pipe cleaner and going through fabric mesh, you always get stuck on a thread. Always, always, always.
Nancy, just keep checking on it. She says it's sold out of Craft Outlet. Just keep checking, you know, daily or periodically. It'll come back.
You can always request to be on their email list as well. And then, so it'll say like, email me when this item comes back in stock. That's usually what I do. That way you don't really have to wait, per se. Let me go ahead and retighten
And you
this.
can try the Wreath shop. They might have something similar.
Yes, that's a good thing. Or
Even
try
Deco Exchange or a couple other places.
Deco Exchange, Trendy Tree, Crinkle Designs. A lot of times, if it's a popular design, you'll have a couple online vendors ordered more than one. So if your ribbon won't lay flat because of mesh, tuck the mesh up under your sign. But as you guys can see, now we have sign attached with double bows.
Yep.
So now on the outside, the ones that are left, we're gonna pop some more of that sage green and red. And I have cut enough to do all the tails, but I think where I position my bow, it might take out 2 of them. So we shall see. So
Thanks, gals, for giving it lots of likes and loves. It's a public group also, so feel free, and we encourage you to share it.
yes, share it especially if you want to remember this design when you can find the mesh and get it back in. Which bums me out, because now if it's sold out where you guys are looking, it doesn't hold much hope for me either. And I think I only bought 2 of them. Because, you know, you only buy 2 because what if you get it and it's like it looks pretty on the screen, but what if it doesn't look that good when you get it? That's always my thing. So, sadly, it's really pretty. And so you want more of it. I'm going to try to take my edges and kind of manipulate them a little bit and get this loop to go under.
Gail Cross said, Kat, you outdo yourself every wreath you create. Outstanding.
I try. Like I
said,
said,
it's really hard, dude, to do a different design every time.
Yeah, that's really tough. If I was just remaking the same design over and over, then that would be really super simple. But like I said, we're going to add some metal jingle bells, some pip berries, what is it, pine cones. So when we come back in with the half bows, we're not going to do them in all of them because we need place for embellishments.
So Cindy Banger said, I would like to buy this wreath. I have PM Kathleen on Messenger. Did you already have this up on everything?
I totally forgot.
Oh, okay.
What was I doing? I was shredding all my 2020
Oh, yeah.
paperwork. So, and our shredder overheats, and I was telling Steve, we need a new shredder. I can only do 7 pages, and then it overheats and I have to wait 10 minutes. So I've had a stack sitting on my desk that needs to be shredded. So sadly, I ran out here. I'm like, oh my word, it's 3:30. I don't have anything cut. I have nothing set up. So yes, message me Sunday.
She said she already did.
Okay, I'll reach out to you. Okay. Trying to find my other pipe cleaner, which is way under my bow. Okay. Lordy. Okay. This is really pretty. And I have one more sign. So.
Yeah, you do. That's right. You bought 2 of them.
I did buy 2 because I was like, we can do 2 different designs because we can go red, white, and you can make it more snowy. So yes. So, and the signs came from Craft Outlet too.
I think Kat, 75% of the time she buys from Craft Outlet.
Because they have the lowest shipping minimum.
Right.
So if you hit a $69 order minimum, then you get free shipping. And it takes about a week. So, and I'm okay with waiting. You could pay and get it here much, much quicker, but I'm like, why? I think the Wreath shop is $89. I don't know what Deco Exchange's minimum is. Or Trendy Tree. I have it written down somewhere.
Gail probably knows.
Yeah.
Gail Sela.
What is the shipping minimum for Deco Exchange, do you know? And who else sells online stuff? I know White Bayou Wreaths and Creations. I know they just started selling, what is it? Scott?
Waterman's Closet?
What is it? Waterman's Loft?
Waterman's Loft, yeah.
So reach out to some of these people that I'm listing if you're looking for this particular, and just ask them. You're looking for the burgundy, moss green, and tan fabric. They call it striped fabric mesh.
Gail said I believe it's $100 with Deco Exchange.
Okay.
Yeah, Trendy Tree, we don't know what the minimum is for Trendy Tree.
I don't know.
Paper Mart, but I don't think they have a lot of
Paper Mart does not give you a shipping minimum. That they have really low prices, but it doesn't matter. You spend $20 to pay for shipping. You spend $200 to pay for shipping. So,
Gail said Waterman's Loft is $150 before free shipping. Wow.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But for some of us, it's really easy.
And White Bayou is $100.
So 3 or 4 Wreath creations, ordering everything from the sign, the ribbons to the Deco mesh, it's easy for you to hit that minimum. A little too easy. And I've been good, Gail. I have not shopped at Craft Outlet. Even though I said I was, I have not. Okay, so I am going to attempt to put one underneath here. Let me find my pipe cleaner.
But there's a couple of the places you can definitely search and see if you can find it.
Okay, squishy, squishy, squishy. Let's lift this up. That will kind of give us some extra tails underneath the bow. And I did go right over one of the existing ones. Okay. And then there's one right here. So we made it. I got all 12 all the way around, even though the bow's sitting pretty much on top of 2 of them. It's still nice. It completes the design. Okay. Now, we have to figure out where are we putting the embellishments and where are we putting, whatchamacallit, half bows. So, let us look at our embellishments. So, I'm thinking So these are my embellishments. So we have pine twigs, metal stars, and pip berries. So I'm just going to start breaking down this pick because I don't want to use the whole pick in it. You could. I would use the whole pick if I was doing a grapevine. So we're just going to pull everything apart. Taking out the pip berries, the berries. We have another berry at the top. Kind of helps if you use your wire cutters correctly. And a metal star. And as you can see, they've already done the gingham, but I'm not going to use that. I want the bell. So now we have the metal jingle bells. And then we just throw the rest of that away. So I'm thinking on the red and not the green. So the green will house our, whatchamacallit?
Red and beige gingham.
Yes, the gingham half bows. Because that kind of went with that pick anyway. And we'll snip this off. Okay. So half bows. Sorry, I'm just so used to just making, okay, half bow. So we'll do it right here. You take your 1.5-inch ribbon, cut to 17-inch pieces. You bring them together so that your dovetailed ends are together, and you run your fingers up to about 2 inches. So 2 inches from here to the end. And then you're going to take the whole thing. You're going to place it right on top of your 2.5-inch ribbon. And those are cut to 13-inch pieces. And then you're going to twist that in there. And then snip it off. And then you're going to take the pipe cleaner and you're going to tuck it behind your loop. And then you're going to open these up. And then make sure everything's all pretty and nice and fanned out. Like that. And I'm doing it upside down just so you can see. Just like that. That's how you do half bow. Did you zoom in?
Yep.
Okay. And then we're going to do some fun stuff like down here at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and just, let's see. This one has a way to hang it. So I was looking, should I cut my pipe cleaners off? But on this one, I can take my pipe cleaner and secure the rusted bell to the loop. You just kind of have to create a little C-hook on it. So what I mean by a C-hook is, because that's going to have to go through the loop, it's got like a little indent in it. So you need it to come back up the other side. If you keep it straight, you won't be able to do that.
So you just have to bend the pipe cleaner just a little bit.
Yeah, so it's got like a little hook in it, so it can come right through. And then we're going to go ahead and twist that off. And we'll tuck our pipe cleaner back down. Just like so. So we have our metal bow. And then we're going to add, let's see which way this is going. This is folding in this way. So we're going to add some pine sprigs to either side. And that's why I have my glue skillet out. And then we're going to add some pip berries to that as well. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll finish this one. So glue skillet right underneath the bell. And I use Gorilla Glue on my skillet.
Hi Fran, hi gals just watching.
Just like so. We'll let that set up. While we're waiting, I'm going to grab my Deco mesh from that. And I'm not going to put a bell here, we'll put a pine cone. And some greenery and some pipberries to this one. And I just knocked them all off. So I get my pine cones from Hobby Lobby in a bag that comes, how many is in here? 24 for $5, but they're 40% off, and they're really nice quality pine cones. So I just kind of dip it. I need it to make sure it's really on there. So I have a really good glob of glue, and I'm going to go ahead and add my pine cone and some of the pine. And this isn't real pine. This is like, it's like a velvet type of fabric. So it's just super soft and fluffy.
There, but yeah, the half bow 1.5 inches are cut to 17 inch, and the 2.5 inch are cut to 13 inch.
I gave him a quiz before we started.
And I passed.
And he passed.
Roxana, the glue skillet we have is a couple years old. They don't make it anymore. It's a Sure Bonder glue skillet, but they do make like a 5 inch, 4 inch green and white, I think. That's similar, that has adjustable. So there's different types up there. And then Nicole, depth wise, this will be about, it will be about 24 inches wide by about 6 inches deep.
Yeah, well,
approximately.
About 6.5.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're adding some pipberries down to the bottom. So I'm looking for the ones that are like, they're 3 or 4 to a section. Pull this one off. Doesn't really look that nice. I'm pretty picky about the stuff I put in there. So we'll let that set up so that you kind of have that rustic look. And then we're going to do the same to the pine cone. So we're going to do the exact same thing. Pipberries right underneath our pine cone. We'll let that set up. When you let your glue set up, at that point you can take them and move your pipberries around. And here's a way you can tell if you got really good quality pipberries. You need them to bend from the tip all the way to the bottom. Most of them have metal running up and then it stops, and then the top is just paper or plastic, and then it won't do anything. So when you go and you try to maneuver it, kind of come up a little bit short. Take this one. See what I'm saying? Like all these bend, so I can put them in whatever shape I want. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's how you can tell good pipberries. You want to know where's a really good place to get good pipberries, and you don't need a wholesale license, and the prices are really affordable. You guys ready? Do you guys know? Who do you think has really good quality pipberries?
I was going to say, you should let that be for your private group, but it's up to you.
Nah, I already told people, no. It's good. We're good. Yeah. No. So, I will give it away. Not give it away. I need a stick to get my glue onto the star. I don't know. I think I'm going to put the star in the center of the bow, now that I think about it. And if you ever get glue on things you don't want it to be on, let it dry. And then you can just pull it right off the fabric. So I'm going to go back in here, add another half bow to here. What do you guys think of adding the little branches, the pine cone, the bell?
Pipberries.
Pipberries. Pipberries are always country. I learned about pip berries when I had a customer who wanted a wreath made for every single month, and it all had to be as country primitive as it could possibly be, and every wreath had to have pip berries in it. I was like, pip berries? Pip? Pit? What is that? Never heard of it before until that time. We're going to add some half bows underneath, because it's, rather than putting pine cones under here, we're just going to add additional ribbon, because otherwise it'll push our bow up too high. 2, 3, 4, 5. Especially the one on the bottom. Nobody would know it was there. Okay.
Nicole said, I really do love this wreath.
I think it's starting to really come together as far as the
Okay.
elements.
And Kat could make something similar for you too, Nicole, if you wanted something similar.
So let me stretch this out. I need one more piece for 17. First I thought I was only going to have about half.
So you never gave the answer.
Oh, the answer, sorry. So did anyone guess?
No.
So no guesses on where to get a good quality pip berry from? It is an online retailer only. There's a hint. I am going to give it to you. I'm just seeing if you can guess.
I can't even remember anymore.
I'm trying to see if my people in my private group will know. They should know. Unless they don't buy pip berries from them. It's also a good place where you can get metal stars, metal bells, a lot of country things. Heck, you can shop for all your country Christmas decorations there too.
Okay. Sharon said, pip berries are us.
Good answer. Oh, no. So it's a place called Factory Direct Crafts. So you can write that one down. Factory Direct Crafts. Most of their pip berry bunches come like this. And these are amazing quality. Hey. So like these ones are all burgundy. And so when you buy 3, this is what you're getting. So this is a burgundy pip berry pick. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pip berries on one pick, and it's like $1.50. So go on there and get all the ones you want for fall, Easter, whatever. And if you're going to make an order, make an order.
That's Factory Direct?
Factory Direct Crafts. Yes. They are the ones with the amazing pip berries. That is my pip berries aware. And then we're going to put the other pine cone and picks on this side. So
Nicole said, I bought from them before, I forgot all about them.
See? They're like, okay, if you're going country, like if you like the black and tan little American flags for your patriotic Americana wreaths, Factory Direct Crafts.
The rustic stars, yeah.
Rustic stars, rustic bells, pip berries. I don't know where I got these from. I know it wasn't Factory Direct Crafts. I think it's a wholesaler. Matter of fact, I'm almost positive it's the same place that I got the candles from. And I'll share that with you on Friday. You have to order a minimum. You have to have a wholesale license, and you have to meet, I think it's $100 minimum. So, and when you order stuff, you have to buy in quantities. So like for these, for example, might be you have to order 12 of these to get this pick. So, or I know the candles.
Price tag thing or the?
It doesn't show. But I know like with the battery operated candles, you have to buy them in quantities of 12. It's 12 to a box. So normally what I do is I show it to you, and then I list all the candles on my Etsy site and sell all the rest of them. So those will be coming on Friday. Okay, let me finish this up. 4. So I've just added half bows and the pine branches and the gingham to the back side of the wreath. And now we're going to finish it. I'm trying to find a pine cone I like. I'm pretty picky. I'll put this one here.
Well, can't remember the name of that other pick that it came from.
The pine branchy thing?
The pine branch, yeah.
I have to look. It's a catalog, and you can tell by how little I actually order from them, because you order minimum, so you can't go in and pick like just one of these and a handful of those. It's like, no, you're gonna have to buy 12 of those. Right. You still have to hit the $100 minimum. So it's just like, most of the time I wait till the beginning of the year and then order all the supplies for the whole year. So that's pretty much the only way I know I might hit the minimum. Okay. So we need another. Didn't I open? Yeah, I did. I opened this one. I need another pitberry. Because these are the tan and the burgundy, so that's why I'm using them. Otherwise, the other ones are just burgundy. But you can order them just plain tan. You can order a Christmas country set that has like, I think it's called like olive green, cream, and burgundy. There we go. Okay. This will be my last pitberry branch, and then I'm going to go back to the ones in the front, and I'm going to move the pitberries in the direction they should be. Hang on to those. So let me see if I can do this. Get rid of this. Let me, hold on, babe. 17 and 17 is 34. Maybe one more, right next to this one.
Yeah,
UPS?
Someone's at our door.
Someone's at your door. What could that be? What did we order from UPS? Is it a big box? Never can tell. Okay. So I had one ribbon right next to this. I just saw the pipe cleaner. So I was like, okay.
That's from Zorro.
Don't know. Okay.
Surprise.
Surprise. Okay. So what you're gonna do with your pitberries, you can, because, and list that in your descriptions, pitberries are bendable. So the customer can bend them in whatever direction they like. For this, I'm actually bending them up so they kind of curl, especially around the bell. It's kind of cute to kind of have it like a little bit of a centerpiece, where the bell is your star. And I'm pulling these out, and you just kind of fan them like so.
You said, oh my gosh, I just looked and they have pitberry garlands in every possible color combination for home decor.
So you can put together some really inexpensive garlands. You can also sell them at your craft show. So yeah, happy shopping. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing with this one. So I'm going to bend these around and do the same. Because now I know they're not going to slide out because the glue's already dried. So when placing pitberries, put them in, let the glue dry, then bend them in whatever shape you want. Okay, we got the one that I finished gluing, so you can kind of see what I'm doing. When the customer gets it, if they don't like it, they can bend them in whatever direction they like.
You said gorgeous wreath. It's almost
Thank you.
done.
Yeah, it's almost done. I'm just maneuvering my pit berries. Okay, fluffing our bows one last time because we played with them all that we needed to, and I said I was going to add a metal star to the top. This one's interesting. Let's take one of these off. Most of the time when you're dealing with a metal star, they have a hole in it so that you can kind of place it where you want it to go. Try the one. I know I just had it here. Let's see. Trying to angle it the way that I think it'll look best, although I'm not really like loving that look. I might just put in a jingle ball, a smaller one, like this. That looks so much better. Okay, let's take this off. And I just want to glue the very end of the bell. That way it doesn't, the jingly part, the bell, right? Doesn't get stuck. So you can still hear it. Okay, we're all done. You guys ready to see it?
Did you do one on the bottom, bro?
No.
You did one?
I have another one. Thank you for reminding me. I'm so used to just not having just one bow.
Hi, Janice said, hey, I'm new. I'm watching you do one wreath on YouTube and this one.
Oh, which one are you watching on YouTube?
Multitasking.
Yeah, right? Thanks for reminding me of that. Good catch. That's why I have you, right? You keep me honest. So we set that one there.
You can lift it up and show everybody really quick.
This one?
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Alright.
Okay, so here it is on our door. Now we've got to fix everything because you need to be able to see that country. Me too.
Oh, Janice said she was watching the plum wreath.
Oh, okay. That's Anna's wreath.
Yep.
So now we'll make sure all of our pieces are pointed. Because you only get a good shot to take like one good photo, right? So you want to make sure everything looks as pretty as possible. Hold that. These.
And the video doesn't do it justice.
The what?
The video doesn't do it justice.
Another one of these. I just found it again. What the heck?
What happened?
I found back cleaner.
Oh.
Needs a ribbon in it. Okay, because one I went all the way around the side. So we will fix that really quick. So this is interesting. I've never built one on a door before. Right?
Yep.
Can't have unfinishedness.
And now it's done.
Now it's done. Right? See what you find by walking around and looking. And zip it. And move our glue. What do you guys think? I think it turned out really well. It's just like one of my children. Sorry to see him go. So, yeah. So hopefully you guys found this video informative and got lots of useful tips out of it as far as like some great places to shop. For those of you that are still joining us, and everyone else just went offline and started shopping.
Yep.
So that they can get all their pit berries before they're all sold out, right?
Yep.
What other questions can I answer for you?
Karen said, love this wreath. Nicole said, gorgeous. Gail said, beautiful.
So 5/8, we're making the Country Christmas candle wreath. So yeah, that should be interesting. I gotta go back and look at my directions to figure out how in the heck did we make that?
Yep.
Because you need an opening. You can't have anything in here. It all has to be open. So that should be interesting. How we're gonna do that. And then you need to put a candle in the center so that your candle can stand up. And it comes with a timer and it flickers like a real candle. So it gives that illusion that it's a real candle. So that is Friday at 5 Pacific, 7 Central, and 8 Eastern.
Okay.
Okay, everyone. Thank you guys for joining me again. I appreciate it. Again, if you want to join my private group, we just have a few hours left before the doors close on 2020. And then it's a wait list until 2021.
Yep.
Let's hope it's a better year.
And I pinned it.
Okay. So I will talk to you all on Friday. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.